In a place where life seems slow and quiet, there was a race, a challenge posed by the heavens. What happened at Kitty Hawk wasn't so much about speed as it was about lift. The Wright brothers were the first to leave the ground. But about 200 miles south, in a North Carolina town where places are described as up the road and down the road, another man shared the dream.
He said, well, I think I could build an airplane. Don't ask me where geniuses get their ideas from, because that's what makes them geniuses.
His name was Luther Paul, the son of a Confederate soldier, known as Mr. Fix-It in tiny Davis, North Carolina. In the 1890s, he built his own home with central air. He built his own car in the early 1900s, and just after the turn of the century, on this property, in a barn facing the water to serve as a makeshift wind tunnel, Luther Paul built his wings.
He conceived of an airplane that had vertical takeoff and landing capability and obviously forward flight.
His flying machine would move like the insect it was named after, the bumblebee.
This is a sketch that Papa made of his bumblebee.
Graydon Paul Jr. is an aeronautical engineer who made a career around modern-day flight and is now captivated by his grandfather's story. Nearly a century later, his sketches and intricate plans allowed Graydon to build a model of the bumblebee, a bee that's only flight took place in a barn.
The propeller is what is known as a reversible propeller.
In the 1920s, Luther Paul sent a letter to the National Inventors Council. He believed his bumblebee could be the first helicopter.
All the text material I've been able to find, testimony from his children, it did lift off in the barn, tethered 4 to 5 feet off of the ground with 60 pounds of ballast. Papa was absolutely convinced, either with a little bit more power or with a rolling start with the power it had, that he could have flown it with a man.
The bumblebee never flew again. The Wright brothers won the race, and Luther Paul ran out of money, but never ran out of passion.
No question but what he was well before his time.
And now his grandson is left to ponder what took place in a small barn down the road and what could have been in the air.